much damage down onto Someday and Score. That's going to hurt their jungle pathing, and they know where they're starting too. So this is an interesting situation. Was that flash worth it?
I don't know the early power comparison between Echo and Rek'Sai.
What is Janna doing? They knew that Peekaboo was there, standing at the mouth of the Baron pit. Looks like they're going to try and corral him, but it's not going to work, and he was already there.
All right.
So maybe trying for an invade late, but was actually seen, so it wasn't going to work for Peekaboo. Someday got red buff.
Oh, wow.
I wonder why Someday has red buff. I bet that was just a mistake.
Could be, yeah. Now, if you are Score, can you go wisdom hunting here? I don't know if Echo can do that. Doesn't look like he's going to.
No, not this early, especially since the Rek'Sai has more sustain than you do. So you're going to try and punish that a little bit later down the line. See if you can get some more advantages before you commit to that 100%. Meanwhile, Smeb's starting with the Amp Tome, so trying to bully the Maokai early in the laning phase.
If Someday is able to get close enough to auto attack, he can use the red buff, I guess.
Yeah, really awkward that he got that red. Yeah, it's going to slow down Score's clear speed. And Smeb playing forward right now. Score still working on the blue. Wisdom actually super low.
Yeah, he doesn't have a smite either. Wisdom. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Oh, it reset. He can't get it.
Nope.
Can't get it. It's too late.
Can't do it now. Oh,
and Nagne tried to come down, or I mean, Kuro, sorry. I saw Azir, I was like, Nagne, but no, it's Kuro on Azir this game. Tried to come down and help.
Well, this is officially the worst start you can have. Well, second to worst start you can have, aside from dying.
He did not die.
That's true. Actually, dying would have been better because he would have had enough health to clear it. Because you don't lose that much time. You just give them some gold.
So big delay on any kind of early pressure. Peekaboo actually drew out the Ignite, but he had to flash for it, so it looks like he got stunned. So advantage to the KOO Tigers. Prey back on his comfort champion in Corki.
It's a big swing to go from playing Leona one game to Janna the next game. You really are hitting alternate ends of the spectrum in terms of tankiness. So Peekaboo may take a minute or two to adjust here.
Some pings down onto the bottom side. They're actually kind of lucky that KT didn't decide to gank right there, because had they come down, there would have been no jungler support, but KT had no way to know that Wisdom was delayed.
Yeah. That's why I was wondering if you were going to try invading his Score, because you saw how low he got. I guess you just don't know if he backed, you know?
Well, you got pretty low too. Someday did do most of the tanking for you. But yeah, you don't really know the parameters right there. If you go in, especially because the wave was all the way pushed up in the mid lane, Nagne was able to respond. So just a risk you don't really want to take.
Unless you're in solo queue, then you take that risk. Yeah, well then probably you would have had 3 people flashing for the kill on this someday.
That's true.
Right into the flame spitter.
So Arrow and Peekaboo hanging back early. Arrow a little bit behind in terms of CS, but he's got more minions to deal with right now, so not that big of a deal. He'll catch it when it goes down to the turret.
Oh, yeah.
And a million ganking options for Score. Where does he want to go? He definitely wants to try bottom side. Maokai into a parallel convergence is a very sure gank.
Yes, it is. And you know what? Smeb's pushed up really far right now. The only problem is somebody's a bit low, not much mana, and there's a ward. So
yeah, good warding early. They KOO is enabling themselves to play aggressively in these lanes and take that advantage.
And I mean, the big problem that we've seen for KOO is when they fall behind early. So that if they can avoid doing that, they're going to come into a very strong mid and late game.
Yeah, we have to watch that warding situation, because that was really a big problem that came forward for KOO. Was they had a handle on the game up until Peekaboo and Score got into their jungle. So you give them any opportunity to do that, and you may find yourself on the losing end of a bunch of skirmishes immediately afterwards, because KT's judgment around skirmishing is so good right now.
There were some pings going down from KT in the jungle. They're wondering where Wisdom is right now. Looks like Score's going to find him with that ward.
Yeah, I think that Wisdom being on Rek'Sai this game is immensely helpful too, because they're going to be able to see when KT comes in that much better.
Yeah. In the meantime, just more farming. Prey has been able to get a nice little CS lead over Arrow now. And Arrow can't really push up.
No.
Peekaboo's not around.
The Janna is off on a warding mission at the moment, so Arrow left all by his lonesome. He should be quite scared about this Annie in the bush.
Yeah, I would be.
And
that's why. Q stun, Arrow gonna take a lot of damage. Peekaboo, can he save his AD carry coming in? There's a slow into Gorilla. And there's the knockup. They're gonna turn this one around. Gorilla actually could be in a lot of trouble here. Never mind, they get the summoner heal. So at least they get a summoner out of that engagement.
Wow, so KT didn't have to use any summoners at all. Looks like Peekaboo was just close enough.
I guess so.
To turn that engagement around. So they actually come out with an advantage, but Arrow is low on HP with no potions, and Prey still has his. So Prey still will be able to posture aggressively.
You can't take another round of spells and auto attacks like that again if you want to survive. Gorilla was going to recall.
Gorilla can still flash ignite here.
Yep.
They definitely have kill pressure onto the Kog'Maw. So KT, in spite of getting the heal, still has to be very wary.
Score is getting closer, though. Wisdom nearby, too. Yeah, and this is actually helping Prey get even farther ahead CS-wise, which is not exactly what you want to have happen if you're a Kog'Maw.
Nope, they've been actually playing this lane very well, but that's not surprising. They picked champions. I like the fact that they picked burst champions that they could punish Peekaboo's roaming with this game, and they're trying to play more aggressively. More teams need to kind of do this against KT.
Yeah.
Nagne doing quite a bit of damage to the turret here against Nagne, in spite of the fact that Nagne does have that great wave clear with the Glitter Lance, so that's a bit of a surprise too. We're just in control of the map, and Score not really given too many opportunities thanks to some good wards from KOO.
Yep. Oh, an invade on the blue here. They're going to try to prevent Nagne from getting it. Wisdom is there. Parallel Convergence used already. They're going to have to back off. Wisdom and Kuro just are too strong right now. Smeb coming in as well.
Yep, so giving it up.
Oh, or are they? It reset. It regained a lot of health, but can they go in? Nope, they gave it up.
Not, and if you think about KT, they're not really interested in fighting early. They just want to make it to the late game, so giving up a blue buff, that hurts, and KOO needs to translate this now. They've got to get the mid turret down. That would be fantastic for them. They're winning these little battles as it is. Score is just going to wait there for the wave to pop, push forward, and see if they can get that parallel convergence combo. This is really dangerous for Smeb.
I think Smeb's going to face check this push. There's it is, parallel convergence right after that. Twisted advance, he's going to flash out of it. Drop the equalizer. It's going to be some damage, some slow, but there's a flash from Someday. Smeb not making out. One more arcane smash, and Score takes that kill.
Yeah, and that's the danger. And Smeb, for the second time tonight, has face-checked a bush for a kill. And Score has been there both times.
Yep.
So, risky play. Wisdom was nowhere around. And that Rumble going down, he's fortunate that Someday didn't get that kill, but that is nice for KT Rolster that catches them back up when it comes to gold.
Certainly does. Gorilla having a great time. Lane apparently flash Tibbers onto Arrow. There's a heal for Peekaboo. Great ult. Arrow backing off. He ults, he goes back in. That's really dangerous, but he still manages to make it out. Wow. I thought he just gave them a kill there.
Yeah, really close.
Jeez.
He didn't have a summoner heal anymore either, so he was just relying on his flash. Score wasn't there to help out with the backup. Nice all-in attempt from the KOO Tigers, but they don't get rewarded with that kill. They knew Score couldn't be there at that time.
That was a really nice ult from Peekaboo. That totally saved Arrow's life.
Yeah, dropped the exhaust. Same time, Score going to come around. Parallel convergence.
Peekaboo hiding them in there, or abating them at least. He's going to do a little bit of damage to Prey and Gorilla, but Peekaboo got chunked out right at the end there, and that meant that he couldn't really participate.
Yeah, well, he tanked an entire minion wave for a really long time, so that's what's going to happen. Thought maybe they could do something as Arrow goes down to catch the wave at the bottom. This will help him catch up by a few CS now.
Yeah.
Which is nice for him, who consider he's fallen behind. So Someday taking a bit of a CS hit to give that over to Arrow.
Well, Someday has an assist, so he's got a little bit of extra gold at the moment. And Kog'Maw's the one they need to be strong. You know, late game, of course, they need Maokai to be tanky too, but Arrow's going to be the one doing all the damage.
Nagne's lost a lot of HP on the mid lane turret. That is getting very close to falling. Kuro's been playing this lane well, getting the tower damage down, and this has been very nice, aggressive play from the KOO Tigers. They've been chipping away at the turrets. They're sitting in a gold lead right now. They're doing everything, and there's so much gold about to be dropped into their pockets from these towers.
Yeah, not to mention the pressure they have on Dragon right now as well. They've got that rumble. They've got yeah. There's a mid lane turret going down. And KT's got to be a little bit worried. I mean, yeah, they have a strong late game, but they need to get to it.
And Wisdom here in the brush, score back in base right now. They want to kill the Kog'Maw. Got the eyes on the prize. They know they slow Arrow down at this game. Can become theirs.
Arrow does have flash. He's got a chance to get out, and he's not pushing it at all. Yeah, it's way too dangerous. They don't know where Wisdom is.
They might dive this. Monsoon is back up now, though.
Oh, Crow thinking about coming in.
Well, they have no idea where. Oh, there we go. He's been spotted.
Yeah, well, they're still going to lose this turret, though.
Yep, nicely played. Who doesn't overcommit. They just go for the objective. They have the Corki and the Azir to get a lot of that damage down. KOO already has the Sheen, so they're able to just do a lot of damage to the turrets, and now can they turn onto the Dragon. Very good shot calling from KOO here. Transitioning one objective smoothly into the next.
Recalls, though, for the KOO Tigers. Looks like they're not going to get the Dragon. That may give it over to KT.
Ooh, interesting choice to recall at that time. They really weren't very chunked out. Didn't necessarily have to give that one up. Someday it's about scrapping in top.
Someday taking a lot of damage here. There's the equalizer. He could be in trouble. Ooh, Smeb looking for some revenge after that game #1. And Someday with no flash, he's lucky he got out of that. Lulu was right there.
I don't think it was worth dropping the ultimate right there unless they can follow it up with a dive. And well, it will be if they get the tower, it will be. But there's a lot of HP left on that turret, and we see 4 people in the top side of the map. KT playing a bit passively here, and finally scoring. Peekaboo will walk up and force him off. They only got about 50% of the damage down onto the tower.
Meanwhile, Arrow's been able to kind of maintain that CS deficit. He hasn't really lost any more at this point. Wow, they're going to take the blue again. Yep, I'll get it.
Great job from KOO. Really good control over this game. And they started out playing a lot more aggressively in the laning phase than we're used to seeing. That's led to some really good leads for them. Through the turret advantage and the CS advantage, they built themselves up about a 2,000 gold lead. So this is a good place to be at 15 minutes. They may well be on their way to the first dragon. They really need to start thinking about doing that soon, though, because they need to start stacking before this Juggernaut composition comes online.
Yeah, I mean, Score taking a lot of damage from Wisdom. He just can't fight anybody yet.
Oh, he's probably never going to be able to fight anybody. He's building full tank on Echo. And there's a warrior enchant actually on Wisdom. We so rarely see that on Rek'Sai, but I love it in this context. Take the early game advantage. Don't let Score bully you around. That is such a good buy against KT.
And they're going to use all of that to get the first dragon of the game. And KT, I mean, yeah, you're going to be strong late game, but you can't fall behind quite this far. It's starting to get a little bit scary.
It is. It absolutely is. It would have been nice probably for that first dragon to have come just a little bit earlier in this one. 15 minutes is obviously later than you would want it because you want to start to threaten 5 dragons as fast as possible if you're KOO. Especially since that you know that Aegis is going to be coming in soon from KT, that Maokai is going to get insanely tanky against your mostly AP composition.
Well, for now, KT just trying to maintain. KOO, though, with a decent amount of vision in the enemy jungle. A top lane turret still standing for the moment, but will not stand for long.
Yep.
Yeah, it may just go down this wave, actually. Yep, it will.
So KOO is doing an excellent job of slowly and methodically snowballing this game. Score going to grab an enemy rep buff, so that's nice, but...
they could go ahead and dive onto Smeb here, too, if they wanted to. No. Minion wave pushing Arrow and Peekaboo back, I guess. And Peekaboo's actually recalling. Wow.
Yeah, he wants to go save the tier 2s.
I guess
So
so.
arrows down. He knows score is there to back up the Kog'Maw if necessary. It's a long way for those minion waves to go. He's got to come into this top side now.
Yeah, a little bit of damage onto KOO Tigers. Teleport coming in. Someday very, very low. Nagne there to help defend.
Yeah, Smeb actually TPing into the top side to get the tower, so they're just going to 5-man that. They saw how far the minion wave was away from their tier 1, so they knew they could trade a tier 2 for a tier 1 right there. They actually got both towers in top just for a tier 1.
Wow.
And a red buff. So nicely done from KOO. They shouldn't lose anything else right here. In spite of the fast pushing from Arrow and Score, they're going to have to back off.
KT looking a bit dead in the water after getting just their first turn of the game. They're still only down by a couple thousand gold, but it's really the map presence that they've lost that's very, very worrisome.
Well, sometimes this long lane can be useful for farming if you're KT. If they bounce the wave, they could maybe get the Kog'Maw into a really long period of farming to help him catch up. He has caught up a little bit right now, only about 15 back.
Yep.
But yes, something definitely needs to give right now for KT. They're going to have to really commit to this top side because they have no turrets up there anymore.
Yeah, and Peekaboo's Janna just has not been quite as strong this game as we saw him on his Leona last game. Well, maybe if KT can get this top lane turret, that'll help propel them back a little bit gold-wise. They do have the Trinity Force Dawn on Kog'Maw at least, but someday he's not going to be able to defend this turret. In fact, he may not escape with his life here. Taking a lot of damage. Looks like Peekaboo's there.
Yeah, Peekaboo's here, so is Score, so is Nagne.
Arrow walking back across the map, but he's got a ways to go.
Prey is very low. Maybe they could think about making a play right now. Remember, Smeb doesn't have TP.
Yeah.
But they don't have any wards to really teleport onto.
Trying to do what they can. Yep, still just defending.
Ugh, it's a really tough situation for KT.
Yeah.
KOO playing this really well. They're not giving them much of a chance at all to get back into the game. Maybe they could go for a 5v4. You can see Smeb already in the bottom side jungle, though.
Yeah, someday can teleport down, but...
Another blue gone. Great job by Wisdom controlling that.
Yeah, so far KT has only gotten their very first blue buff of the game. KOO's gotten all the other ones.
Yeah, one kill game, but it's been very interesting because of how many objectives have already gone down.
He gets spotted with a ward there. And now they're trying to defend this tier 2. This could be a chance to come in. Yeah, Maokai teleporting or recalling right now.
Yeah.
And he's going to teleport behind him. They're going to try to flank this. KT, this is the moment to strike apparently for them. I don't think they're going to find it though. Curl uses that Emperor's Divide really early. Can KT do anything? No, they have to run away. A lot of damage onto Score right now. Peekaboo out of the fight already as well. Wow, Arrow gets totally caught. It has to be Wild Growth to stay alive, and they heal him with that ult from Janna.
Yeah, you can really see how desperate KT is getting because they know that they're just hemorrhaging towers right now, and there's not much they can do. They attempt to get the flank TP, but KOO is ready. And look how well they disengage. They just back off. They pop the Emperor's Divide. They're not afraid to use that ultimate just to stop. And then they're just going to move on forward through the tower. Nice job from KOO. Great siege. They had excellent wards. Look, they were just in a ring of wards right there, so there was no way that KT could get it undetected.
Yeah. They've gotten a 5-1 turret lead without getting a single kill. This is like your kind of game, isn't it?
Well, KOO's playing beautifully. Absolutely.
I can't deny it's good, but it's not exciting.
It is exciting. There's been a lot of sieges and a lot of pressure on the map so far this game. It's rare we see this many turrets go down early. I'm sorry you can't appreciate the finer things in life, though.
If you say so.
Always wanting the gore and the violence instead of the pleasures of the mind.
I just like the intense, fast-paced team combat.
Well, that's why you're transferring to LPL next season.
Hey, spoiler alert.
Oh, this is getting a bit desperate for KT. They've got to find some way to make this work. KOO doesn't have an overwhelming advantage yet, but they're approaching that, especially as they get a second dragon uncontested. KT, which wants the immediate gold boost here.
Yeah, they're going to get their second turret of the game here in top lane. Only the mid lane turret remaining for the outers. As far as KOO Tiger go, wow, they caught Nagne. Nagne flashing away. Looks like he'll make it out, but that's not what you want to have happen.
Nope. Tibbers is down, but nice trade for the flash.
Yep.
Just everything working out.
You're not going to need it for a dragon fight or anything. I mean, that objective is down, so totally fine to use that Tibbers here and now.
So many wards, much better vision from KOO in this game. I really like the way they warded early to just make sure that Score wasn't going to be able to come from behind. And Echo really does need hard CC setups for his ganks. If you don't have a Twisted Advance or something like that, you're just not going to land the parallel convergence.
Now KT, I suppose, as this Kog'Maw powers up, could maybe find a chance to win a team fight, but I think you're just going to probably get dove and die.
It's not too far yet, especially because of the lacks of tanks on the KOO Tigers, because
they are fragile.
In the late game, Kog'Maw is going, if he gets 3 autos off on you, he's going to chunk out somebody for sure.
Yeah.
There's no one who can really absorb the brunt of that damage. So it's not over yet, but it's looking dicey, especially because at 23 minutes, all we've got on Kog'Maw right now, he doesn't even have a Cutlass yet.
Yep.
The fact that Kog'Maw's behind is really the key here. I mean, look, we have a completed blade onto Corki Prey, but nothing onto Arrow's Kog'Maw.
Yeah, and you can see KT's just really apprehensive about engaging.
Well, they probably can't win a team fight. They don't have enough damage yet.
Wow, Peekaboo goes for the Magi's anyway, though. It's brave. He's like, well, I haven't died.
He always does this on Janna.
I like it. Why not? Arrow tries to hit people with that ult.
Tense moment during this siege. Remember, Someday does not have TP, so he's clearing out mid, but he can't be there. Now, there's not a lot of diving potential for KOO. They're too squishy. Remember that Wisdom has Warrior and Champ, so they literally have no tanks.
It's true. Someday, on the other hand, could be very tanky.
Yeah, KOO is in definitely a win now mode because, again, that Warrior enchant may come back to haunt them if KT can hold on long enough.
It's the type of thing, too, where if you're going to get that, you need to get a lot of kills early on, it seems like with it. Well, they haven't gotten any yet.
He didn't get the kills, but he definitely chunked people out so they couldn't defend objectives. He got gold in other ways, and he got the dragons, so he's been making it work, that's for sure. No problem there yet, but it's only a 3K gold deficit, and the dragons were just, the first dragon was at 15 minutes, so it's just a little bit late.
That said, Arrow is falling farther behind in CS now down about 40. Gonna get a decent wave coming up here, but still.
Yeah, he's had to stay grouped. Prey has had more freedom in terms of which lane he goes to farm because Azir is such a threat to the towers by himself. And Lulu just doesn't have the wave clear.
We've got some, but certainly not anything compared to Azir.
Some of the recall timing. Cutlass, ooh, blade nearly done for the Kog'Maw. And again, no armor. No armor at all. So KT, can they hold out? The Baron threat is becoming really dangerous. And KOO's going to have to start thinking about doing this Baron soon. That is going to be very crucial to whether they can win this game or not.
Well, they know. They at least know where the KOO Tigers are right now.
So this game is going to become all about the Baron because KOO probably needs the Baron to crack the base, and they've taken about as much as they can without actually doing the Baron itself. So they've got to do it before KT can really amp up in terms of damage.
Arrow really wants this red buff. He's getting some damage done onto Wisdom. He doesn't get it. Someday coming in from behind, goes on to Prey. Flashes back over. No, he doesn't flash over the wall.
That was really weird.
Yeah, he didn't follow Prey into the Baron pit, which I guess was kind of good for him, but that was very bizarre.
He got like hung up on the Baron wall there.
Something got scraped off there. Well, that was interesting. You know, maybe if he had gotten in, he could have Arcane Smash Prey back. Arrow could have finished him off, but
that's an important stall for KT, though.
Yeah.
They got more farm onto Arrow. Arrow's going to get his Blade of the Ruined King now.
Well, it's like you said. If Arrow gets a few autos off on somebody, that's going to push them away from whatever objective KOO's going for. And we just saw that happen.
Yeah, they have to start getting armor onto Smeb. Smeb went for the Rylai's as a second item, so he's trying to get enough slow onto the Kog'Maw that they can just jump him. He knows the Kog'Maw is going to be in front.
Yeah.
So if you can land some harpoons, or a harpoon rather, or an equalizer.
Pink wards across the board for the KOO Tigers as well, too. They do not want to lose the vision that they've been working so hard to gain.
Yeah, you see Peekaboo just coming down here right now, wanting to make sure Maokai can get out okay in case he needs to.
Yep.
Smeb did use his teleport, so he does have to respect someday. Peekaboo is caught.
Oh, he does. Flashes off of that. Manages to get away. That's a couple ults used. KT can turn on this, maybe. Teleport coming in. They're going to try for it. Dragon taken. Score goes in. Ults his way back out. Someday gets held up as he tries to run in. He's actually going to get in there anyway. And now Arrow doing a lot of damage. And KOO can't seem to respond. They're just running away. But KT not able to catch up enough to get any kills. It could mean a Baron, though, if they can keep from getting poked out by this Azir.
Prey is going to life steal off the jungle, so he should be okay to come back in. But Prey's positioning, again, a bit questionable right there. He did get caught out by a twisted advance at the back of the pack.
I was very, very close. KT has really been threatening a huge teamfight win here for the last minute or two.
Well, this is the downside of the Warrior Enchant. I do like it in this situation, but you pull the game long enough, especially on a team comp without a tank, and the poke from even this single Kog'Maw becomes very relevant all of a sudden. Score will take the crab. They have vision control over the Baron. It's like Arrow going to get some more free farm in the top side. He's behind, but he's inching closer to some important items. And you know what's scary is that Arrow can just build Infinity Edge right here.
I think KOO might be just going for the Baron.
Well, they can't.
Nope, not yet. Thought about it. Some recalls are going down.
That's the other issue, Doa. They can't do the Baron because they don't have enough tankiness. If KT gets in on them while they're doing it, they will just die.
Yeah, and I mean, Arrow can poke you in the Baron pit from so far out, and with a lot of magic damage coming in from that ultimate on Kog'Maw, what Baron's doing to your team is going to be that much more effective.
Yeah, even Lulu poked. She has a death cap now. She's starting to slowly catch up, and this locket from Wisdom isn't going to be terribly helpful. We also see Abyssal in the mid lane from Kuro.
Wisdom actually just used his ult to go to the right side of the map. He saw Someday there. Looks like they want to try to claim the blue buff.
Yeah, they've been doing really well by taking this blue buff, and they're going to get it again.
Is that way? All right. Well,
again, I mean, Kuro's had so many blue buffs this game, it's ridiculous.
Pretty much all of them, yeah.
Essentially all of them.
KT pushing towards the Baron pit now. Smeb a little bit on his own, and Kog'Maw does manage to take out the Azir turret very quickly. Now they're pushing down mid lane. Prey is really far away right now. In fact, they could even turn on him if they wanted to. Yeah, pings go down for KT. Will they turn on to Prey here? Yeah, they're going for it. Prey on the run.
Oh, he's got to be so careful.
Yeah, no kidding.
He doesn't have flash right now. That is...
it's very dangerous. Prey, ooh, getting very, very close. A little bit of damage. Someday was hitting the Baron for some reason. Now going in onto Wisdom, it was a bait. Equalizer goes in, doesn't do too much to KT though. Still a lot of damage from this Azir, and KT has to back away. Prey gets knocked up, but Arrow on the run. He's still got his flash, he's still got his summoner heal, so everyone gets out.
Okay, well, KT overcommitted to trying to kill that pink ward right there. They're actually very lucky they didn't die.
Yeah.
Same thing with Wisdom, who was tanking Arrow, and he does not have any armor besides a cloth armor, so he really can't do that.
KT trying to just get as much vision as they can and control.
Someday doesn't have TP.
Yep, KOO going for this Baron, and yeah, Someday's not going to be there. Score's not going to be there either. Can they poke? Baron getting very, very low. Peekaboo starts up that whirlwind, goes in. Nagne doing some damage from the outside, but Baron is taken by KOO Tigers. Oh, and they caught Someday as well. Goes in onto Prey though. There's a big knockup from Wisdom, and even though he's not tanky, it's enough. They get the kill onto Someday, and KOO turning around. Score catches a few people with that parallel convergence. Gorilla flashes for the Timbers. Arrow caught. Flashes to try to get away. Peekaboo with an ult to delay it, but it's not going to help. This is going to be at least an inhibitor or two. KOO comes over the wall for the kill onto Arrow, and then that will be about that for this team fight. Prey chasing down Peekaboo. One more rocket will do it. Oh, I guess not. Close. Now they're turning on to Nagne, the great Lulu chase. Lulu does have enough damage. That's a little bit dangerous to go for.
Yeah, Nagne going to get back and be able to wave clear. Now the question is, can they take any inhibitors before these waves are cleared? They're going to get at least a tier 2. I mean, KT, they got chunked out. They didn't have TP. So that little skirmish actually went in KOO's favor, and KOO made a good call onto the Baron because they knew they could win that fight as long as, of course, we didn't see Arrow with very much mana. Let's take a look at that again. And Someday was just low enough. And, of course, Score had to go back to base. So that was a good timing for KOO. Wisdom just barely lives through that. And Arrow without that mana, problematic. He also, he attack moved, so he hit the Raptor instead of hitting anybody onto KOO.
They almost save Arrow, but a nice play from KOO over the wall there. Does end up going down to Nagne. Rather, Score picks up that one.
Okay, they're going to start to group now. Onto the mid lane. They need to crack the base now because we see how tenuous this situation is getting for the KOO Tigers. Even though they're behind, they're kind of trading evenly. I'm really curious what Arrow's next buy is going to be, actually. If he's going to go for the QSS or the Infinity Edge.
We'll see. Right now, it doesn't look like they're going to be able to defend their mid lane. Inhibitor turret. Cannon minions still poking away at it.
Arrow's coming in right now. And there we go. They're going to drive forward.
They're going to try.
Oh, geez,
Wisdom takes a lot of damage. That's right, but Peekaboo takes a lot himself as well. There goes the turret, and they have to back away.
Well, Wisdom doesn't have his ult up right now, so maybe KT can fight this. No, they can't. Somebody's too low.
Yeah.
They have to give up their inhib. That's fantastic for KOO. Nicely played. They really have been playing on a razor's edge this game, but it's been with them.
It's still just like one team fight away for either one of these teams.
Oh, I like that. So he is going for another BF sword right now.
Yeah, just needs all the damage he can.
Well, moment of truth. 40 minutes will be where this game really turns. Now, KOO gonna back off. They're probably gonna lose their mid lane turret. Or not. Looks like Void Rush back up. And there's a, wow. I don't know about that.
Well, the Dragon is down, the Baron is down. You've got time. Parallel convergence, so they're going to dive him, though. Smeb gets stunned, gets knocked up. There's the Whimsy as well to make sure that he can't get away. Prey coming in to lay down a bit of damage, but the turret gets taken out. And there's a pick. Nagne getting that one.
Oh, man, that is so big for KT. Just having that one kill means that they can actually just take control of these lanes and burn out a lot of the time from these super minions. So, Smeb, it's just not necessary. Why TP there when one turret isn't going to make or break this game?
Yeah. It certainly does help. KT. And what do you know? KT is going to get like their second blue buff on their side of the map.
Oh man, I can't wait for the apocalyptic team fight that's going to take place at the next Dragon.
I know.
If no one gets caught out before then, it is going to be absolutely massive what happens during that engagement.
If Arrow's positioning is good, he is going to do tons and tons of damage.
And if he has an Infinity Edge.
Yeah.
That is so important. And because Smeb, he decided to go Void Staff instead of Zhonya's. Ooh.
Arrow gets to farm a ton off of these super minion waves too.
Wisdom also got the Giant's Belt before going for the Warden's Veil. Yeah. Now, against the poke, yeah, he's going to have more HP, but Arrow's doing percent HP, both magic and physical damage. That's an interesting call. I don't think that's the right call. I think you go Warden's Veil first there if you are Wisdom.
Arrow's not really that far away from this Infinity Edge, too.
He's getting there.
Yeah, he's got 2 big parts of it, and he's getting to farm super minion waves, so that certainly helps. Hello, Prey.
And you notice everybody right now on KT is just like guarding Arrow while he farms minion waves. They know he needs to get that item.
Yeah. That'd be very, very big. Looks like he doesn't have it quite yet. Leading him into some more farm in the mid lane here. He has no trouble taking out those super minions. Wow.
Let's see. I wish we could see his gold right now to realize how
Yeah.
far away he is. I think he's still going to need a few more waves. And Baron up in a minute 30, so actually that may be the tipping point. We may have less time than we thought.
Who might be able to just take that and then push in?
Yeah.
We'll see. They're trying to push in right now in the top lane.
At the very least, they will have the Baron win the 5th dragon spawns. So that's also pretty damn bad.
Oh, is he going to get it? Our observer
Yep.
knows what's up. There's the Infinity Edge.
Ooh,
that is huge. Baron up in 1 minute.
That could not have come at a better time. That said, Wisdom finished his Warden's Veil.
Yep.
And we do see Someday actually kind of doubling down on armor right now, but he has the Spirit Visage.
All right.
This is still definitely a team fight that KT can win. They're not far enough behind that it really matters. They have a late game Juggermaw.
Well, it's only 4,000 gold at 37 minutes, so yeah, it is still a very close game. And power-wise, KT is stronger in the late game.
Okay, so some nice poke coming down from the Azir. And they don't, KT doesn't have, nobody has wards around the Baron right now, really.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to
Wisdom
get
has to be so
here.
careful.
Oh, Arrow going very, very far ahead. That's a lot of damage. Poking him out
Whimsy.
before that Baron. Here comes Gorilla from the side, though. The flash shivers on Arrow. Arrow got way too far forward. Oh, and Wild Growth barely has him alive, but no, that is going to be it. What was he doing? And that is the end of the game.
He didn't see Gorilla, but if you don't see Gorilla, you can't make that play. KOO Tigers take advantage of that one. Wisdom draws him into a trap, and that's going to be it.
Massive, massive error by Arrow to finish that one off. Got a little bit too kill crazy onto Wisdom, and they are just going to push right back in. Yeah, they knew the inhibitor was coming up, but it's not going to matter. 20 seconds is more than enough time, I think, for this team. Probably, unless KOO can go for heroic defense or going in onto Gorilla. A little bit of damage there, but without that Kog'Maw.
Oh,
whoa,
big stun!
Big stun, but where's the damage? Nagne gets 1 kill,
Holy
and that
cow.
holds it off. Whoa, KT clinging to life at the end of this game.
Yeah, Arrow's nearly back up, too. They bought enough time. So Arrow's going to come on through, and this means that they can't do the Baron right away. KT has all of the vision. They're going to rush the Baron.
Yep.
Oh, man, this got a lot closer all of a sudden.
That is your turn, actually doing a lot of damage to people as they go through.
Dragon 5 up in 35.
That's true.
So KT's on a very narrow window here.
Okay, will they try to go for this Baron with Gorilla down? Looks like they have to. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, they're going for it. They're going to kill it very quickly. That is the truth here. Or at least I
Arrow
thought
on
they
the
were.
outside.
Yeah, Arrow needs to get in there. He needs to be careful. There's the equalizer right onto Arrow. Oh,
No,
he
it's
stays
not on
off
him.
it. He stays off it. It barely wasn't there. Parallel convergence blocks. Someday goes in. He's very, very low. They're going to turn off the Baron.
Prey gets
the
caught.
Baron doing a lot. Prey does get caught. Emperor's Divide. They're going to turn back onto it. The Baron's still with half health. It's doing so much damage.
Okay, Prey got caught, but they stopped the Baron.
They did, but did they stop KT from taking the Dragon?
Someday has TP.
Much easier objective. Score trying to make it out. All right, pings onto the Dragon from KT, and Arrow can just solo that. Oh, KT turns onto the Baron themselves.
Okay, so they know it's going down, but Arrow needs to heal on the mini wave, so they can't do it.
Yeah, Skork comes in, tries to get a miracle steal, has to get out again. Oh boy, they're going to
deny the Dragon.
That's big. Okay, they can take this Baron. They can defend against this Baron. They could not, I don't think, defend against 5 Dragons. And Prey does not have the Baron buff.
Yeah, Ray doesn't, so that is a plus. Now Smeb, can he finish the Zonias?
Oh, Wisdom finds Nagne, delays that recall. It's very important.
But the inhibitor's going to come back up soon.
Yeah.
So they've nearly, oh no, well, he got killed again on the base push, so it will not, actually. I forgot that happened.
Yeah. It's going to be a little while. It's about a 4th back or so right now. Arrow still farming, and we've seen how much damage he can do.
He's going for a Hex Drinker now. Because there's still no armor, so why would you build anything else? Wisdom just has that Randuin's.
Not a bad idea.
And
okay, Peekaboo needs to be careful here. He's still very vulnerable. Nice poke onto Someday. Someday not very resilient against this Azir damage.
Okay, well, they defend one wave. Still a super minion back there that they can't really, or not a super minion, a cannon minion, they can't really get rid of. Arrow has to be very careful with his mana.
The shield for Peekaboo is going to help a lot in terms of dealing with that cannon minion. Someday cannot get hit by this Azir. Pops the ultimate to block a little bit of it.
Okay, some poke damage onto Smeb. He's got no way to heal that, but they're going to charge through the turret. They're going to get the inhibitor, so it was enough. Or
well, Wisdom on the side. They can't risk going forward, or Wisdom's just going to come in and knock everybody up.
Uh-oh.
Whoa, here's the flank, and Someday comes in from behind. Equalizer goes down, but a lot of low health members of KOO. Here they go. A kill for Prey, though, initially, and KT having to back away.
Okay, Maokai's down. He's down for 60 seconds. Arrow is still up, though.
Yep.
So can they finish? They still have the Baron-empowered minions, and no, they're going to back off.
Oh, man, this game is
KOO was
so close right now.
Super low.
That was so close. I mean, again, the longer this game goes, you got to wonder if a fight like that is going to result in like 3 dead KOO Tigers members.
It's just really surprising to me, Doa, that KOO has not bought any Zhonya's Hourglasses yet. They don't have one onto Smeb. They don't have one onto Kuro.
It's dangerous, for sure.
I mean, if Kuro had one, he could go in onto the Kog'Maw.
Yeah.
Not sure about this decision-making, but maybe they can get this final inhibitor down, and that would pretty much seal the game. But KT is a team that has come back from 3 inhibitors down. They did it already.
Well, they're going to get their mid back fairly soon. For the moment, anyway. And here we go. Now they try to defend. Without Someday, it's going to be very, very difficult to do so. No tippers yet. Don't worry about that. A lot of damage onto Gorilla. Arrow. KOO getting a lot of damage onto him, and Wisdom goes far in. There's a nice knockup from Peekaboo. He gets out on his tunnel, but can they chase this?
They can't get the inhib. That's what they needed. So Someday came up in the nick of time there.
Yeah.
Had he been there even a second earlier, they may have been able to get a kill. The KOO backs off right in time.
It's still just a razor's edge for both of these teams in this game.
Okay, next dragon.
I think Smeb's going for the Zhonyas now, anyway. Yeah, he's got the...
He should have the money for the Zhonyas now. He definitely needs to pick that item up.
Let's see if he does. Looks like he doesn't have quite enough yet.
He should.
Maybe.
He's waiting for it, I think.
Probably, yeah. Arrow is gigantic right now. What's he going to buy?
Oh, he didn't have enough. He's slightly short. It's only 450 to upgrade. Oh, it's more now because of the needlessly large rod changes.
Arrow trades up to a pickaxe from that long sword.
And now he wants some armor pen.
Yep, I would say so. Okay, well, man, we've had some close games this week.
This game is great. Yeah. I'm loving it.
It's good now.
10 kills in 44 minutes, but it's been just so close.
Yeah. So many fights.
Okay, 1 inhibitor back up. Dragon in minute 45. So we keep thinking that the game-ending fight is going to come, but it never quite does. There's such an even trade that KOO can't quite end it each and every time.
Was there were so many fights that ended with nearly a big advantage for KT, but KOO Tigers barely sneaking out. 1 minute left until that dragon now. Okay,
Arrow has QSS now.
Yeah.
With the Crucible, and finally they have a Talisman. But Talisman and Righteous Glory onto Gorilla, so they've got 1 more speed boost to use here.
Peekaboo, let's be very careful here. Oh, I think they know where he is. Oh boy, wow. Okay, dragon up in a minute. Jeez.
He had a pink ward there and he wasn't moving, so.
Still, he just nearly got autoed, you know? All right, they're gonna push down the mid lane a little bit. Try to.
Yeah, but they have to do something about this bottom minion wave. Nobody's there right now. Yep. Somebody's not gonna have a port.
Well, they need to stop this 5th dragon, you know? They've got enough minions to delay it. Tried for the parallel convergence from the Echo. Didn't end up working out.
They have to cut off this minion wave, though.
That's going to be a dead Nexus turret because they can't give up the dragon. They have to give.
They can't go back.
No, they can't. Oh boy, they're going to lose both Nexus turrets. Oh.
They'll lose the game if that happens.
Yeah, I think they have to go back. They're going to lose them anyway.
Nope. The minion spawned. They may be able to save it.
Oh, I don't know.
The Nexus will be saved.
Oh, jeez.
They have to retreat, though. Oh, well, that's it then.
I guess so. Yeah, 5 dragons. I don't think they can stop this now. No.
Baron up at 44, too. 5 dragons, Baron, it's over.
Yeah.
Well, that was wasn't quite the climactic finish that I thought it would be, but...
Well, I mean, it's either this or it's the biggest comeback we've ever seen.
I mean, if KT can beat KOO with a Baron buff and 5 dragons, that will be...
I don't think that's going to happen.
Absolutely mind-blowing.
Yeah.
So they're... Oh, okay. So they waited for someday to get TP back so they could fight the Baron. So they're only going to be fighting against a 5 dragon stack team.
Only that. Okay.
Only that.
Only that. No problem. Easy mode. I'll pick a boot. Been on the edge of getting caught quite a few times.
Naga's already chunked out, looks like, from the Azir.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, inhibitor's back up now. You can see someday he's just sitting in the base waiting for this Baron to spawn with his home guards.
They've got ways to teleport in. Oh boy, over the wall onto Score. Score has to ult to stay alive. They're going to chase him off the Baron though as someday comes in. True shot barrage, everything going through.
Damage!
That's right, damage being very, very high. Arrow, he's already big. He may have it here. He may have it here. He's got the wild growth on him. He's taking some damage. It looks like they may have it. Oh, the ult pushes Peekaboo right into Arrow. He's got the damage. Spam, can he do it? No!
Arrow lives!
A triple kill! Triple kill for Arrow. They're going to go for the Baron now.
Oh,
I think.
Well, they're going to try and kill KOO. He's very low. Nagne has the Whimsy.
Yeah.
They're going to try and box him in.
Well, Arrow's really low, too.
They're going to try and win. They're going to try and win.
Nagne goes in. There's the Zonias. Peekaboo's right there. Double Zonias. That's awkward. Peekaboo!
Oh,
he got the kill!
Okay, but both mid laners are now dead. Now it comes down to how fast they can push. Gorilla's the only one left alive. 50
seconds until Azir comes up. That turret is going down very, very quickly. Arrow has gotten a lot of health back. I don't know, man. I don't know if they can end it right here. They've got 40 seconds. Gorilla and Annie is the only thing I'm so excited, man. I can't even speak. It's the only thing standing between KT and victory. They're going to get the inhibitor. They may have time here. They just might be able to do it. There goes the inhibitor. How many minions do they have? There's Timbers to slow down Arrow a little bit.
Time.
That's right, doing everything he can. 20 seconds, so Prey comes up. I don't know if they can do it. There goes the first Nexus turret. Gorilla getting low. Can they do it? He's delaying so well. Gorilla could be the hero, but no, there goes the Nexus turret. They can't do it. They can't do it. Wisdom is going to try. The Nexus getting taken out. Can he get on the Arrow? Arrow gets knocked up. He could go down. He does go down, but